We've got to go and do some decarboning of an engine, which means we're going to be trying out a couple different things, some combustion chamber cleaner, as well as if we need to, we're going to be doing the YIC, which is Yamaha internal engine cleaner. But before we do that, this gives me a chance to use my new fun toy. This is a new endoscope, or I call it borescope. That's what most people call it, but I guess people call it endoscopes too. My old one does not have the features that this one does. This is a DXZ Toes AGC 500L. It's got this 180 degree two-way, which is what makes it pretty sweet. Let me open this thing up. So it comes in this nice little case here. Get rid of this box. Open this thing up. This is a nice little zipper here. So here's what makes this one so sweet. That is this right here. So you've got a little screen that pops on there. Let me unbox this thing and put it together so you can see what I'm talking about. See if this thing's got enough juice to start. Oh, it does. Beautiful. I didn't even have to charge it yet. So here's the camera, but if you'll notice something sweet, if I undo this, I can move this like this. Oh, so that's what I'm pretty stoked about, is being able to move this thing directionally once it gets inside of where we're looking at it. So give us a good inspection. And it's got a really clean image. Now, I got to put an SD card in here so I can record it, but then we can record what we're looking at as well as move this thing around. I think you can change the brightness. Oh, that's the brightness of this. There's the 2x zoom all the way up to 10x. Take a picture, hold it, start recording. Now we're recording. Stop the recording. Then, how do I get to the menu? Oh, probably this. So there's our two images. And I didn't even have to put an SD card in here. I thought I had to have an SD card, but it looks like I don't. So that's pretty sweet. Let me see. I'll go back to, there we go. Now we're back to the live. I was thinking there was a way I could turn that sound off. I don't really like the beeping constantly. Here we go. Auto power off. Beep sound. Turn that biscuit off. Thank you. Sound recording on. Screen brightness 5. Date and time. You can put the date and time on there. Track crossing. Circular format. Default settings. Date and time version. All that kind of good stuff. I don't know how you would update this, probably with an SD card, but I mean, super simple to work. And I literally just opened this, so you can see how easy this thing was to use. Let's go back to our viewing. There we go. Again, this is awesome. Oh, it's got a side thing. So the camera is actually on the side of the tool here, opposed to being, you know, on the tip of it. So I wonder how I can, I think you can, oh, this button here changes to the front. Oh, you can do both. You can do the side and the front. That is pretty slick. Now this is just the front. So we've got the front view. This is the side view. This is both views. That is pretty slick if you ask me. Yeah, this thing's sweet. So, all right, let's go pull the spark plugs on the engine that we need to work on, and let's take a look inside the cylinders and see how this thing, see what it looks like before we put our YIC in our combustion cleaner in there. All right, so I just noticed, I tried to plug this thing in. I'm going to go charge it a little bit, but I just noticed this actually comes with an SD card. 32 gigabytes. Yeah, it's got a 32 gigabyte SD card. That's pretty sweet. I didn't realize that. But that's pretty sweet. All right, now that we're at the boat, before we spray anything into the engine, we're going to go ahead and use our DXZ. We're going to go ahead and use our DXZ toes. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Let me turn this thing on here. And I want to take a look inside of the engine before we get started. Let's see here. Okay, this is sweet. I can see everything. Now also, I can change that camera view to the side view and see all my cylinder walls really well, even the back of it. That looks really good. Awesome. So this thing is pretty sweet. You definitely kind of need to have two hands to do it, but let's go ahead and change my view back. There's the double view for me. And again, I can take a picture. Click. Took that picture. So let me take a couple pictures, couple videos, and then wow, this thing looks good. I'll show you what that looks like on the using the footage from here. I'll show you the video now of this thing working, but this is pretty sweet. I mean, the whole going back and forth like this, to be able to see your valves open or close and having that side camera there, this thing is awesome. So highly recommend this. Again, this is the DXZ toes. So that one right there, definitely worth the money on this thing. So now what I need to do is go ahead and spray my carbon combustion chamber into there, and then we're going to go ahead and start this engine, and we will spray it into the intake right here. So right there's where we're going to spray this in there, and pretty much we're going to run this low idle. Actually, I need to put the lower unit on all of that. So let me get the whole engine back together, and then we will start and run it and run this through it. Got the engine running, gonna let it warm up a little bit before we go ahead and put this in there. Basically warm up the engine, remove the air box. We're gonna be squirting right in here to the intake, and then we're just gonna be doing short bursts of it, and it should start smoking out the exhaust and hopefully punch this carbon out. We're also running off of a hot mix of Startron, I think is what we put in there, but yeah, we're gonna try and burn this carbon off. Now we're starting to smoke a little bit. There's been some smoke. It's kind of cleared up a little bit, but I'm gonna run another couple blasts in there. Hopefully get some more smoke out of there. No change in the sound yet though. Quite a bit of smoke now. Alright, so we're going to let this sit overnight and come back tomorrow morning, take it to the water, and then we'll run the rest of that can through, and if we need to, run some yick, and then we'll send the borescope back in and see if it actually cleaned out or not. Looks a little bit cleaner, but not ridiculously cleaner, but definitely not an issue with carbon. But either way, it's a really nice borescope. Well, actually, our leak down has gotten significantly better. I mean, this is number 3, and we're down to 5%. I mean, I got that a little high. It's going back down to 15 as I'm losing. We'll wait for the air compressor to kick back on. Once this gets back up to 100, we'll see what this actually does. It's leaking down. There we go. Comes back on. Come back up with our pressure once it hits 100. So just over 100, and we're at like 10% leak down. Just over 10%. Obviously this is gonna go up with the more we put in there, but yeah, we're down to 10% leak down. So the leak down's gone. So that's good.